Welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk about some of the best steps that we can create in the function tab. So we can start with the go-to step. So the go-to step helps us to jump a certain number of steps and go to specifically a step with a code. So let's specify a step code. So my first code. And of course, now we can go ahead and create our go-to step and tell it that we want to jump to my first code when we get to this step. So now what it will do, it will run wait the 2 seconds, and then once it starts executing this one, it will jump directly to this code. So we can simulate this. It will wait 2 seconds, and then automatically it will ignore these two and continue working from here. One thing to keep in mind using when using the go to step is when you want to edit a code, you must edit also the references. So if we don't do that here, when we run, it will give us an error indicating that the step with code, my first code, not found. So we must change the steps accordingly. So we just go up here and we will see that we have my first step code, my first code v2, and then we will retest it again. And of course, it will now work accordingly. Another functionality is the repeat step. So the repeat step gives us the possibility of repeating a macro code, a macro step code, a number of times, a number of repetition, or in a time. So for example, if I want to repeat my step code, so let's do this here. Let's delete these two and then go here and add a new repeat step. Repeat, and I want to repeat my first step code and repeat it 3 times. And let's add it in here. So when we run it, what it will do, it will wait 6 seconds, so all 8 seconds, all the seconds. When it will hit this step, it will go to this my first step and repeat it 3 times. So it will do the same thing. So this is the second time, and this is the third time, which is the last. So it will go to that step, and now it will continue because it did finish three times. So now, as you saw, it did ignore it, and it did go through with the rest of the macro. So, and of course we can do that a number of times or a time. So I want to repeat my first step code for a minute. So if I repeat it even 500 times and the minute hasn't finished yet, it will continue repeating it until the timeout is finished. And of course, we can on repeat go to a step, and on finish we can go to the next step, and this is what we just saw. On the repeat, we go on the my first code 3 times, and then once it finishes, it goes to the next step. Okay, let's go ahead and delete it. So now for the notifications functionalities, we have a notification step. We can, for example, simulate this. It will show Windows Windows notification bar. So with the title, specify title, and the message and the duration. This is very useful when you want to notify yourself that something has happened. So if, for example, if I get to this part, I know that for example, my macro has failed or something like that. So I notify myself using this notification bar, the notification step. And the most useful ones are the beep and speak. So you can beep, for example, if your macro has finished successfully, to notify yourself to come back to the computer. If you're away from keyboard, you can come back and run another macro, for example. Or when an unexpected behavior happens, so for example, you used a step, find image step, and you didn't expect that image to be found, you can beep after that behavior. And yeah, we can simulate the steps. So yeah, it is very loud. So because we had 2000 frequency, so we can have the 1000. So it is, I think, from 30 to 30,000. So the lower is a lower note, and as we go up, the high the note becomes higher. So if we come here, it will become lower, and if we do 400 300, for example, it will be more, we will have a low note. So yeah, we can create this step, and as you can see, the frequency is 300, and it will keep beeping for 2 seconds. And The speak is practically the same as the beep, so we specified the text. So I specified the Blazing macros text to be spoken, and it will be spoken one time, so we can simulate it.
Blazing macros.
Oh yeah, and it will just say the speech text. And just beware, you need to enable the system sound. So to be able to hear the sound, you need to enable the system sound. And yeah, that was it regarding these functionalities, and I'll see you in the next one.